I would say personally, just to have a physical location, I think it has a lot more benefits, like personally and like, for the business, because you separate it from home, and it gives you a place to go and not get distracted. And it also looks a little more professional. And I think it, from what I've heard, it does help with carriers, but I haven't seen it like not, work for somebody.
Hi.
Hold on. I'm sitting in my car. Sorry.
It's no worries.
You're
What's up,
good.
Taisha?
Go ahead and get started. I'll just be here to moderate everything, but we'll get going.
Thanks, Kevin. What's up, Taisha?
Hello? I think you might be gone.
Taisha, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. What's up?
Nothing much. On my lunch break right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Where you working? Where you located, Taisha?
So I live in Charlotte, North Carolina,
Okay.
and I actually work about 40 minutes away in Gastonia.
Okay.
So right now I'm working as a property and casualty agent.
Nice. How do you
Um,
how do you like it?
so far so good. I just came from adjusting, so it's a
Oh,
big, big difference.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So are you on the sales service side? What are you doing mostly?
Sales.
Okay.
I'm doing sales. So it's a big adjustment for me because I've never done sales before.
Yeah.
But it's working out pretty well. I'm more interested in life and health right now, but we'll see.
Yeah, totally. Do you have like ambition to one day own your own agency, or like what do you kind of feel?
Absolutely. So that was the main reason why I wanted to get on the call was because I just have no no idea of how to how to even get started. Like what are like the natural steps to start your own? And how do you wean away from your current position?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I think the natural steps are kind of where you're at now. I would say you definitely should start working for an agency or have some experience working at, an insurance agency. Highly recommended
Right.
because starting something like this from scratch without the knowledge, the foundational knowledge of the business, it's super important, just operationally and also products. As you know, property and casualty, there's so much stuff like auto, home, commercial, umbrellas. Like there's just
Yeah.
lots of stuff. So naturally, I would say the first things first, have the experience, work under somebody, understand how the business works, hours. You don't want to take. I like to think you don't want to take too much. If you did decide to go and start your own agency one day, you don't want to take exactly the culture and just like plug it into you. And I've seen that
Right.
happen. People like they build bad habits because some agencies have the wrong processes, the wrong procedures in place, and habits get carried over that aren't always good. But anyways, experience number one. Number two, the next step would be once you do feel comfortable, would be to start laying out the foundation, choosing whether you do want to go captive or you wanted to go independent. So if you work for like State Farm or Farmers, they have their own plug and play type, almost like franchise agencies that are
Right.
a lot, I would say, easier to kind of get going because you have so much support.
Hmm.
Um, versus an independent agency where you're starting from the bare bones, like scratch. You find your office, you get your phone, you get the internet, you get the brand, there's a lot more to it than just starting a State Farm or Farmers or something like that. So
Right.
the next step, if you choose which way you want to go, let's just say you did the independent route, you'd have to go and get, you have license. So then you maybe want to get a business license for the business. You go on like LegalZoom, pretty easy to do. From there, there's other foundational stuff with the Department of Insurance. that you need to contact them to get approved, get the name approved, choose the name, get a DBA, get errors and omissions so that if you do mess up, then if people sue you, you're covered, that kind of stuff. There's that. And then, finding an office, then you kind of, you kind of just get rolling, get the computers, get the phones, internet. Yeah, that's pretty much, you kind of get.
So, okay. Because, yeah, I'm thinking more the independent route now. I've seen a few of your YouTube videos. Do you do life and health? Is that what you do?
We do property and casualty mostly, and then we do life and health as well. So customers that
Okay.
need it, we always offer that as well. So we do both.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I know you're on the West Coast, right?
Yep, California.
So for the E&O insurance,
Uh-huh.
do you know, like, who do you get that through?
Yeah, that's a good
Or
question.
do
I
they vary or?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different carriers. I didn't know how to do it at first myself. So I just Googled it, and then I did it through Hiscox Insurance. Um, but now I just do it myself. I'm my own agent for my own agency. I know it sounds weird.
Nice. It does, because I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. I'm like, okay, I'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, you need to basically get
Okay.
acquainted with the company first, and then you can write your own policy for your own agency. I know it sounds real weird, but
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
No,
Mhm.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, do you recommend doing it as an LLC or a DBA?
Yeah, that's a tricky question. For me, I'll just tell you my experience and what I did. And it's hard.
Hmm.
I always am like reluctant to give advice on this because I'm not like a lawyer, or
Okay.
a CPA or anybody. So um, I suggest for for legal purposes and like liability purposes, separating with an LLC is always safer for you personally because you're
Okay.
separating liability, from to a different entity. Um, so that's good, but it's more expensive.
Okay.
In California, it's $800 a year to have an LLC. I don't know how much it is in
Oh wow.
North Carolina, but yeah, I started having a DBA for about 6 to 8 months, like the first 6 or 8 months. And then once I started
Hmm.
getting some bigger, clients where I was like, oh shoot, okay, if this place like burns down and I messed up and they sue me, like I should probably have something more than the errors and omission. So I
Okay.
started getting a little nervous and I was like, okay, I should probably make an LLC.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw one time in one of your videos because I was thinking about doing, well, I don't know. I was thinking about doing a home office initially.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then I saw that you said something in reference to some carriers won't allow you to have a home office or you need a physical location.
That's honestly, Taisha, I'm not 100% sure on that answer. I know that when I first
Okay.
started my agency, I was advised by my alliance or group or whatever. They
Hmm.
told me like it's best to have it because some carriers require a physical location. Um,
Okay.
but now with like everything that's going on, I don't know if that's changed. Um,
Right.
so I would say personally, just to have a physical location, I think it has a lot more benefits, like personally and like, for the business because you separate it from home, and it gives you a place to go and not get distracted. And it also looks a little more professional. And I think from what I've heard, it does help with carriers, but I haven't seen it like not, work for somebody. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, I would say probably I think the bigger carriers will look at it and be like, okay, is this a house or is this like an office? You know,
Okay.
and they
Yeah.
want to be working with like established, agencies with producers, service people, um, you know, yeah. So I think it does carry some weight in a way, but I don't think it's like a deal breaker to start from home because it really could help you build up some, revenue, and, it could be helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I didn't have too many questions.
Yeah, no worries.
That was really the gist of just trying to get an idea of what are the steps
Yeah.
to take to get started.
Taisha, do you have like a vision of like what you would want to do one day? Like, do you have, like, do you want to make a bunch of money? Is it like, do you want to like just, you know, is that it? Is it the money? Is it like you want to, leave something for, family one day, or like, I don't know, like, what's the vision? Like, what do you ideally in like a perfect world?
I mean, all of it really. Something, for my daughter to be left behind. But
That's awesome.
for me right now, it's more about financial freedom and
Yeah,
physical freedom.
totally.
So when I say physical freedom, I mean not tied to my desk 9 to 5, have to be there. You know what I mean? Like that to me right now is more important than anything.
Yeah,
So it's just the freedom of having my own while also being able to generate that revenue where I'm comfortable, not having to be tied to a desk all day, every day.
yeah,
So,
totally. I guess I know that's all me too. Um, but I think the hard part about it is that starting up an agency, it does require a ton of like hours and hard work early on, and then I think later
yeah.
you get to reap the real benefits. And the great thing is you do get to pass it on to whoever it is that you want, or sell it, whatever you want to do. And it's all, the freedom is there. Like I was the other, I took a vacation in December. I was in Cancun, and like I closed one of the biggest deals that my agency has ever closed, and I was in Cancun, and I was like, this is awesome. I wouldn't be able to do this anywhere else.
Right, exactly.
But at the same time, like it's like this weird balance between like, yeah, you have that freedom, but like you're also extremely, tied to something, and like you have this
Hmm.
big obligation, especially as your team grows and like you hire people, and like, yeah, it starts to get bigger. So yeah.
So let me ask you, would you recommend a team, or I really kind of wanted to do it solo.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible. Being because where I work now, if I tried to do that solo, I wouldn't have enough hours in the day. But what's the recommendation?
Totally. Yeah, I think it really just depends on like what your ambition is. I think if you're really trying to go make a ton of money, Taisha, like you probably can't. You could definitely do it. But if you want to make it like big, big, then I do believe you need help. Like you need
Okay.
a team to kind of assist with even some of the more, the back end things, like um, the money's going to come from sales. Like just to be,
Right.
straight up, like that's where it's going to come from. Big sales. And you can make big sales, but then, there's the service aspect to it. There's paperwork. There's a lot of different things that come into play, and then the marketing. There's a lot of things that kind of get juggled within running an agency. So uh,
Right.
it's doable. Like I did it for almost a year by myself, and I, built up
Yeah.
a good, decent sized book. But to go and scale, from what I've seen, you do need a little bit of help. You can always get a virtual assistant, something like that.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different, options. You don't need to have, a physical place where there's 10 people in there. Like if that's not what you want, that's not what you want.
Right.
You can make a great living by yourself, and be on your own time and whatnot. So yeah,
Right.
Taisha, I think
Okay.
we're running out of time here. I think Camden said that we got
Okay.
to up, but um,
That's
yeah,
fine. Okay.
I know we were just getting into the good stuff. I'm bummed.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay. Well,
Tabitha.
I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Taisha. I
Thank
really appreciate it.
you.
Good luck.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you.